of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Cougars. Welcome to the SCTV News for Thursday, September 5th. I'm Maddox Pereira.
And I'm Grant Gunzerman. The most intense heat wave of the year has caused the National Weather Service to issue an excessive heat warning for this area. Temperatures are expected to rise well past 100 degrees both today and tomorrow. Cougar Athletics have already made some changes. Both the cross-country team and the football team have been practicing in the morning, and there are some specific rules as it relates to the heat.
California recently passed SB 499, which is the extreme heat advisory law. And what that did is it sent us into a requirement that CIF needed to come up with some regulations revolving around heat exposure for student athletes to prevent any kind of heat illness. So we're really worried about heat exhaustion, heat stroke. We went ahead and purchased a weather station. It's up on top of our roof by our elevator, and all the coaches have access to an app that allows them to monitor the current temperature, the wind speed, the air quality, and what's this really important factor called the wet bulb globe thermometer. So the wet bulb takes into effect the angle of the sun, the wind speed, and basically kind of comes up with a temperature reading that tells you how cool you can get through evaporative cooling. Any wet bulb globe thermometer temperature greater than 89.8 means that we cannot have any outdoor practices. And that goes for all of our sports, all of our ENS classes, all of our band, everything that is outside and being exposed to that temperature. 89.8 is the cutoff. Right now it's 99 degrees outside, the wet bulb is at 87.1. It's always pretty significantly less, especially if we have a good breeze. If the temperature is above the threshold, we wait until that temperature goes down. And if we hit a certain cutoff time, which I believe for JV games is 5:15, if we have not started the JV game, then that game will need to be rescheduled or canceled. And we'll wait until the varsity time, which is a 7 o'clock start. By then, most likely we'll have that temperature below the threshold and we'll go and proceed with our game. As much as it is an inconvenience, it's about student safety as our primary objective. We want everybody to be safe out there. We would hate for someone to pass out as a result of the heat. So especially when kids are out there, they're exercising in the heat of the day, take frequent water breaks, make sure that you're hydrating. Let your coach know if you need water. All of our coaches know at any time athletes are allowed to get water. We never withhold water, and we make sure that everybody is just safe out there. You know, we have a very proud sports legacy, and our athletes compete very well, and to do that, we have to make sure we take care of them.
Even if you're not playing a sport, the weather could affect you. Some Cougars are more vulnerable to the heat, and others have to walk along Camper Road to get to the school or get home. We spoke to our school nurse for some tips on heat safety.
For a potential medical problem to heat exposure, you're going to see dizziness, fainting, vomiting, active vomiting, sometimes bad headache you can get with heat exhaustion. But yeah, if you're feeling dizzy, is probably going to be the main thing that you're going to really start to feel, and excessive sweating, obviously. Raising your internal temperature, which is causing your body to overwork itself to cool itself down. That's why you get the sweating. That's why you sweat, because it's your body's natural action to cool yourself down. And once you get too high of a temperature, your body's working overtime to try and cool yourself down. And then it says, well, we can't do it anymore. We're shutting down. So, it's gonna, I think it's mainly your temperature regulation. It's tapping out. And then dehydration, you're sweating so much that you're losing that water, and then if you're not drinking enough, you're losing that water and then not gaining anything back. So you're going to go to a dehydration. You're going to see vomiting. If you start vomiting, same thing. You're more dehydrating yourself even more. Our number one value is take care of yourself. You're going to drink lots of water. Make sure you stay hydrated. Wear loose-fitting clothes, especially if you got to be an ENS. Don't wear those leggings. Wear loose shorts, loose T-shirts. Wear a hat if you can. Cover your face. And then stay in the shade as much as possible. Sometimes it's hard to avoid, but if you can't get to my office, sit or lie down. You're gonna put water on yourself if you can. Maybe pour some water on your head if that's what's gonna help. Get like a cold rag and put it on your head. Drink some water. Sometimes not ice cold water. Maybe just some like room temperature water. And then get to a cool place, and then hopefully get to my office if you really need me. So.
Despite the weather, parking spot painting is still scheduled this weekend. If you purchased a parking space last week, you can customize it either day this weekend. Painting will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
For Steel Canyon High School.
Make plans now for a special volleyball game next week. Our girls volleyball team is hosting their second annual fundraiser on Wednesday, September 11th. The Cougars will play Poway in our gym, and proceed from the game will benefit the Gary Sinise Foundation for military veterans and first responders. If you are free next Wednesday, make plans, watch an exciting volleyball game, and contribute to a good cause.
All outdoor sports today are weather permitting, so check with team members or coaches for the schedule.
That's all the news we have for you today. Have a great Thursday. Rah, rah, Cougars.
Cougar pride.
Get some.